Namaskar. Welcome to Honest Astrologer YouTube channel, and today I'm going to talk about the most difficult placement of Rahu and Ketu. In my view, it is Ketu in the second and Rahu in the eighth. In the modern times, I find it the most difficult placement for a common man to have, and there are various reasons to it. So first, let's find out what the houses stand for. So second house stands for family, money, treasury, savings, mouth. You eat from your second house. Inheritance. Eighth house represents occult, death, hidden things, secrets of the universe, and the dark side of nature. Okay. So in a world obsessed with financial rewards, Ketu in the second is the most difficult placement to have. Because Ketu is a monk, he is not at all bothered about the second house possibilities and the second house matters. He is not bothered about money, he is not bothered about family. He tries to eat the least possible amount, Because Ketu is a monk and not just any ordinary monk. Ketu is a Digambar Jaina Muni who has given up everything for the sake of one God, for the sake of enlightenment. So if there is one being in the world who has got nothing to do with the second house, that is a Digambar Jain Muni. He finds money useless, he finds relationships a bondage. Ketu, which is a Digambar Jain Muni sitting in the second house, is going to create trouble in that house. He doesn't like that house. So the first difficult impact of a second house Ketu is bad finances. These people are not at all lucky with money. Either they end up losing money for some reason, they end up giving it to somebody, they end up spending on their family, but they will never be able to save money. Whenever they try to save money, something goes wrong, car blows off, some expense comes, some big fat Indian wedding comes, where they have to spend a lot, and again their saving account is reduced to a minimum balance. Okay. Second thing, they tend to be penny wise, pound foolish. I've seen these people research for 3 hours trying to save $100, and in the next 10 minutes they'll buy something which is thousands in cost, and it's absolutely useless, but they will go ahead and buy it on an impulse. So I tell them that they should not keep a lot of money at their own disposal. All their money should be saved in the name of their wife and children or somebody they trust. They can control that account, but they cannot own that account. So, and I tell them almost never to carry cash. Ketu is very anti-cash. For some reason, he is not very much against digital money. You can have your debit cards, you can have your Paytm wallets and all that. But whenever these people carry cash, something goes wrong. Their wallet is emptied very, very quickly. Second problem that I have seen with these people is diabetes. So Ketu in the second is a very common occurrence in the charts of diabetic people. So Ketu doesn't want these people to eat a lot. He's a Muni. He just wants to eat a bare minimum, and that to a very sattvic food. Remember, Ketu is a headless planet. Okay, so he cannot virtually eat. So Ketu wants them to eat a minimum and eat very clean. So I often advise these people to go vegetarians and take a very sattvic diet. Lots of fruits and vegetables, preferably fruits. And non-veg food should be avoided at all costs because that would harm their second house. Then I've seen these people get almost zero inheritance. Almost always, either they will not get anything from their parents, or even if they get it, they are going to lose it. Another problem is that they can lose a lot of money in gambling and speculation. These people should never invest a single penny in share market. According to me, share market is a big fraud. People in second house Ketu are almost sure to lose money in any kind of gambling or speculation, be it share market, be it sports betting or anything. They should never do that. Third thing what I've seen is these people are often not very good at mathematics. And in today's world, math is very much necessary. Now, the problem with Ketu is he is looking for the one. He doesn't even want to count to the number 2. The number 2 and beyond is useless for Ketu. He is looking for the 1. So his math ends at number 1. So these guys can't be very good with numbers. Next problem, harsh speech. So Ketu is a Muni A Muni is never afraid of speaking his mind. He will tell you what he feels like, and he would often be blunt. He doesn't care what the world thinks about him. So these people can be harsh and sarcastic. Another thing which I have seen is bad childhood. It usually gives a difficult first half of life. The family usually struggles with finances when at least the native is young. Another problem which I have seen is that a person gets humiliated for money. Ketu in the second will make it difficult for him to make and sustain money. These people at times have to borrow, at times they have to beg their friends, or family, or banks for a loan. They almost at least once have to go through a soul-crushing, heart-breaking humiliation for money. The way to avoid this is to learn to say no to money. Do not look for easy money if you have Ketu in the second house. Whatever you do not look for easy money. Learn to say no to any bad money or easy money or black money. That will not be good for you. Then I have seen that because of this lack of money, they are dominated by their partners. One funny thing I have seen, they almost marry up. Their in-laws are almost invariably richer than their parental family. And they usually get some money from the in-laws. I often tell these natives to avoid taking dowry. Otherwise, they would be dominated by the partner for the rest of their life. So whatever they do, they should not take unearned money. Even from their in-laws, they should not take unearned money. If they want to give something to their own child, let's say you are a man, you have a second house Ketu, and your in-laws want to give something to their daughter, tell them to give it to their daughter and not to you. You should not consider it your money. Then the next thing which I have seen is family breakup. So second house Ketu is going to destroy a family. These people will never live in a joint family. Sooner or later they are going to split away, and that would be good for them. Another thing I have seen is teething issues. Whenever I have seen a second house Ketu, in addition to diabetes, I have seen root canal or tooth extractions or things like that happen. They have something going on with their teeth all the time. Then I have seen these people wander a lot. There are people who are born and die in the same house. Ketu in the second will change several houses, might change several towns. On the good side, they can leave a legacy after death. So, there are writers and poets and scientists and soldiers who get rewarded and celebrated years after their death. That is something which 8th house Rahu brings. Then what I have seen is that these people do very well when they are detached. Like I said, it is a difficult placement but has a lot of potential. So, once they decide, okay, I'm done with money. I don't need a lot of money. I don't want to become the next billionaire. At least for me, I need very bare minimum necessities. That is when they start to enjoy their life. Once they say, okay, my money is not my money, it's a trust for my family, it's a trust for society. I need a bare minimum. That is when they start enjoying their life. As long as they keep chasing money, they keep suffering. But once they are like, okay, I'm done with money, I don't need a lot of money, I need a bare minimum. Once they adopt voluntary poverty, these people behave like the richest people on earth. They can be very generous. The key is to say no to money. The biggest remedy for this placement is contentment. Once you have enough for your needs, you have your food, you have your house, you have your car, you do not need more. Consider your savings as a trust for your family. And one very good remedy for these people is to keep donating. Even if they donate rupees 10 a day or rupees 1 a day, doesn't matter, they should learn donation. Donating food can be a very good remedy. Another good side is that these people can be very scientific and psychic researchers. For example, Albert Einstein. So these people with the 8th house Rahu, they have a superpower when it comes to discovering the secrets of the universe. They are very good at finding out things which are hidden. They can, intuitively jump into something and find out what's going on, particularly when it comes to science, research, occult and things like that. Now, this combination is very difficult. Even the most evolved souls find it very hard to handle. So, unless you are a sannyasi or a man of God, it's very difficult placement to handle. But once you learn contentment, once you learn to say no to money, once you kill your greed, you can live a very liberated life. One should have a minimalistic lifestyle, learn to say no to money and pursue some kind of a research or knowledge. That is when this combination becomes their helper. So money should not be the focus of their life, and that's the problem with most people today. For them, the focus of life should be contentment and a life of knowledge, a life of gratitude, and a life of serving others. If they do this, this combination can come in very healthy, very liberating, and it will bring you a lot of peace. And in my books, peace is the number one thing. God bless. Namaskar.